Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, iRacing fans from around the world, welcome to Friday Night Flights. Friday Night Flights, proudly brought to you by the good guys over at Blaze Pizza. If you haven't been to a Blaze Pizza, check them out online. Blaze Pizza and Greg McClendon. No other pizza like it in your local neighborhood. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. This is KMA TV. I am Scott Kolovic, your announcer for the evening. And here we sit at Homestead. Now, as you know, this is an off night for points. Drivers out here tonight just running for fun as they have been all night. And tonight on a poll, they opted out for Homestead for this Friday night Cup race. They have brought the big boys out tonight. Going to run those big, powerful Cup cars here at this 1.5 mile track. Drivers have been running 28 to 29 second lap times out here tonight. And what a beautiful night we have out here. 75 degrees down on that track. Tires are going to stick. Tires are going to burn up. Hopefully we're going to see some green flag racing out here tonight. Currently drivers are taking their qualifying times, and qualifying times, well, they're going to be a little bit important out here tonight on this 1.5 mile track. I do expect a caution or two. We always aim for a caution-free race, but here at Homestead, Miami, folks, I don't know. They're going to drive it like you stole it. Driving it like you stole it from your mother's garage. So we're going to see how these drivers do. Qualifying times are beginning to come in. Drivers are beginning to grid up. We're going to take a look at that qualifying order out here tonight. Qualifying up there on that front line, no surprise there. We've got Travis Browder with a 28.612, side by side with Mark Jackson with a 28.678. Jack Watts representing Southeast Motorsports with a 28.753. Lee Staples with Black Talon in fourth place with a 28.859. And hanging out in position 5, the number 5-7, Wally Tierheimer with Maximum Velocity. Fifth place, 28.861. Sixth position. Coming out of Australia, we've got my good friend, the Kangaroo, Andrew Williams, sitting back there in sixth position. Seventh position belonging to Ronald Klein, RTK Motorsports. Chris Voiles also with Maximum Velocity back in P8. Wesley Whitfield, Southeast Motorsports, position 9. And rounding out our top 10 is Paul Pellizer, running with Kickin' Asphalt. Big shout out there to Paul Pellizer for helping us out with our setups out here tonight. Position 11 with Black Talon, Edward Bray. Nathan Sylvia sitting back in position 12. Brent Kill. Hey, a big shout out there too. Drive for Diabetes Awareness. Brent Kill in 13th position. Our host with the most tonight, Greg McClendon, sitting back in position 14. Greg McClendon, Blaze Pizza. Dave Acacia also with Kickin' Asphalt. Back in position 15, side by side with Richard Brose. Big shout out there to Richard Brose. Position 16 tonight, Richie B's Pizza. Jeff Ryan with Unacceptable Racing. Sitting back in position 17th, he is in position 8. Big shout out there to Jeff Ryan. Kerry Cleaver, position 18. Myself up in the booth, Joel Guy sitting back in 20. And at the end of the field is Chris Hogue. Great looking qualifying grid out here tonight, folks. Going to be a good run out here tonight. Hopefully all these drivers will have a good race tonight and follow those rules. Everybody knows we have rules out here tonight. Going to go over a few of those rules. All starts and restarts are to be done on second gear. No 3 wide until the start. No advancing your position before that start-finish line. Very simple rules to ensure a good race out here tonight. Hopefully these drivers will go caution-free. Always looking for that caution-free race, but as I mentioned earlier, this is a 1.5 mile track. So we're getting ready to go underway for 100 laps out here tonight. Pace car is in, and away goes Travis Browder out there side by side with Mark Jackson in the number 3. Big shout out there to Over the Top Paints and Designs. Off to a very clean start out here tonight at Homestead. The line out here tonight, folks, will be everything. And the number 8 right now looking like he's got a very good line. Number 3, Mark Jackson. Number 77, belonging to Jack Watts. Not going to hit full speed out here tonight. Certainly cannot do that on this 1.5 track, but it's not going to be for lack of trying. Travis Browder, our current race leader, young driver, does very well out here. Oftentimes, Travis Browder, not unheard of for him to lead every lap in the race. We'll see if he can do it out here tonight at Homestead as Travis Browder and Mark Jackson begin to pull away from the number 77 of Jack Watts, sitting in 3rd position. Started out there in 3rd, knowing he's got a long way to go. 2 down, 98 to go here at Homestead. Mark Jackson holding very steady behind Travis Browder. Doesn't seem to be in any huge hurry out here tonight. No reason to be. Plenty of time to get the job done. A little bit tight racing there with Jack Watts and Lee Staples. Lee Staples started out in 4th, is in 4th. No lead changes. No changes of any kind, actually, to be honest with you. Number 57, Wally Tierheimer, 5th position. Looks like he may try to come along the inside of Lee Staples. Lee Staples running with Black Talon Racing. And already these top 5 drivers have pulled away from 6th and 7th. 7th pulling away from 8th. 8th pulling away from 9th. And 9th pulling away from 10th. Well, when they get spread out like this, folks, you know we're heading out there for some green flag pit stops. And that's all we're looking for. That's all these fans are looking for is a few green flag pit stops to get them by. Big shout out there to RK Paints and Designs, RTK Motorsports, Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein running a fast lap of 29.127. Currently is in 6th, advancing his position forward up 1 position here on 6 of 100. Big shout out there to RTK Motorsports and Brad Ream, not able to join us out here tonight. High hopes out here for Ronald Klein. Number 4 of Andrew Williams in a plain white wrapper. Thinking he's the popo on an interstate, trying to hide out there in the shade. Number 28 has him in sights. Caution is out, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a look at the number 91 of Joel Guy in the Skull Bandit. Riding along. Chevy just cuts loose. Joel trying to save it. Them flaps coming up. Cross that line backwards. What a save right there by Joel Guy. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, that is just enough to bring out that caution. We're going to take one more look at it from up in the sky. Looking at the number 91, Joel Guy, going for a ride here on lap 8. Wiggly, a wiggly, squiggly, squiggly. Where will he stop? A little bit of damage, nothing bad. Unfortunately, that will bring out our very first caution of the night on lap 8 of 100. Travis Browder up there in front, along with Mark Jackson. Now, folks, right off the bat, take a look at this pit row. This is indeed pit row. Very interesting pit row. You talk about an apron. They got them a gosh darned alley and a runway. Watching Travis Browder, Mark Jackson, Jack Watts, Lee Staples. Well, hey, talk about the Little Rascals. The gang is all here. We've got one driver opting to stay out there. Looking at the Wesley, the number 71 of Wesley Whitfield. That's a little bit of a tongue twister right there. Not sure why Wesley Whitfield has not gone into pit road, but we're keeping a close eye on the number 71. He started 9th, currently is in 16th position, passing on by pit row. Underneath our first caution, Travis Browder, Mark Jackson, Jack Watts exiting out of pit row.
Ballast.
How about it, Mark Jackson? Have you got a copy, sir?
Hi, Scott.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Man, we're having a good run so far. Having fun here at Homestead.
Alrighty, now what I want you to do, sir, is I want you to tell us all about Homestead. It's not a track very familiar with our fans, so give us the rundown on Homestead, Miami.
Well, it reminds me of the old Atlanta. It's a very fast 1 mile track. You know, it's got some banking, plenty wide. There's lots of room here, lots of grooves, very fast, and you know, it's the one track on the NASCAR circuit that they actually run the championship race at. So the finale of the year comes down for the Cup guys and everybody else at Homestead. So it's a really fun track to drive. It's a little tricky. It's a little loose today here in the sunshine of Florida, but we're having a good time up here and just going to see how this goes.
All right, copy that real quick. Tell me all about OTT.
Well, my sponsor, Over the Top Paints and Designs, man, John Hedrick. Catch him on iRacing, catch him on Facebook. One of the baddest painters on the planet, and just want to give him a big thanks for putting all the paints on the cars.
All right, well, I tell you what, you are looking sharp. All right, Mark Jackson, we're going to try to keep those cameras hot on you tonight. Good luck with your race tonight, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we're going to try to keep the pressure up on this 18 up here.
All righty, sounds like a plan. Good luck to you. Mark Jackson, talking about keeping the pressure on the number 18, belonging to young Squire Travis Browder. Cars are lining up, double file. Lap 11 of 100 underneath our first caution of the night, folks. Travis Browder, Mark Jackson, Jack Watts, Wally Tierheimer, Ronald Klein, Andrew Williams, Nathan Sylvia, Chris Voiles, Edward Bray, and David Acacia. Running up there in our top 10. On this 1.5 mile track, big shout out there to my good friend Greg McClendon, Blaze Pizza. Check him out. We will be returning to our normal schedule on Monday with race 5 in our 15-week season. Next week, we're traveling out there to Kentucky. Pace car is in, and away goes Travis Browder. Hitting that accelerator hard, but Mark Jackson not shy of pressing down on that floorboard. Might be the Travis and Mark Jackson show tonight. Side-by-side action with Wally Tierheimer and Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams in that white car, side-by-side with the Carl's Jr. number 57 being driven by Wally. Wally Tierheimer running for maximum velocity, letting it out. Taking an inside approach. Andrew Williams opening up that door up there to that middle lane, getting up on that wall. That's also going to open up that door for Ronald Klein. Ronald Klein backing her down. It's all about throttle control out here. You're going to see some drivers getting in hard and heavy on that front line. You're going to see other drivers taking their time. It'll be a matter of big tire wear out here tonight. Wally Terheimer starting fifth. Currently is in fifth position. Andrew Williams up to fourth from sixth. Coming up on the number 77 of Jack Watts, sitting back in third. Jack Watts trying to hold off the number 4, trying to get up there to the number 18. Mark Jackson has taken that lead away from Travis Browder here on lap 15. Big shout out there to the fans on the KMA TV chat board. Type it up. Let me know what you want to see, fans. Right now we're looking at Travis Browder, Jack Watts, Andrew Williams, and Wally Terheimer. Wally Terheimer with a slight run on the inside of the number 4, having to back her down. Jack Watts behind that leader, just by half a second. Travis Browder, 0.3 back. Mark Jackson, right now, keeping a very square eye up on what's in front of him. Travis Browder, 0.4. Jack Watts having to keep a close eye on his rearview mirror as Andrew Williams trying to make a run. Andrew Williams, 1.2 seconds back, 0.9 back. Wally Terheimer, 1.2 back off of Mark Jackson here on lap 18. Field is greatly spread out. Now Mark Jackson way up there in front. Travis. That little black dot is Jack Watts, a little white dot. Andrew Williams, Wally Terheimer back in fifth. Scooting on back to 6 and 7. Ronald Klein with RTK. Dave Casey with Kickin' Asphalt. Chris Boyles, Lee Staples. Lee Staples looking good out there in red. Side-by-side action with Brent Kill. And the number 66 of Edward Bray. Brent Kill and Chris Hogue looking at 4.65. 4.7, Edward Bray 4.5. Good racing back here with the number 99 of Brent Kill and the number 66 of Edward Bray. Looking at speeds of 175, dropping her down to 159. Edward Bray, a man on a mission. Looking very sharp in the number 66. Black Talon Chevy FSS. Racing that Ford Fusion onto his left side. Number 14, Nathan Sylvia back there up against the wall in the distance. Chris Hogue joining this party in the number 6. Chris Hogue, another driver out there for RTK Motorsports, looking very sharp. RTK Motorsports with 2 of their 4 drivers out here on that track tonight. Side-by-side action, Edward Bray. And the number 14, Brent Kill into the wall. Brent Kill in trouble. Tapping on the number 14, Nathan Sylvia. Nathan Sylvia dropping back. Dropping like a rock as the number 71 up onto his side. Saw a little bit of contact there, folks. Brent Kill doing a great job of saving it. Getting back on it, getting back up on that throttle. Going shotgun here with Nathan Sylvia on lap 23. Chris Hogue in a good spot behind the number 66 of Edward Bray. Actually, that might have been Nathan Sylvia. I might have called it as Brent Kill, but I think that might have been Nathan Sylvia up there kissing on the wall. My bad. Very impressed with Chris Hogue, one of our veteran drivers. Practice, practice, and more practice. Hot on the heels of the number 99 of Brent Kill. Showing his support for, oh, we got a smoker. We got a smoker. Smoking is hazardous to your health, folks. Alrighty. Let's see what happened right here. Somebody was out here doing a little bit of smoking. Showing me it was Chris Boyles. Ooh, there it is right there. Little bit of contact right there. You know what? That's all it takes. A little bit of contact right there. Going to back it up one more time up there into the chopper view. Does not take much. Lee Staples in the number 64. A little bit of contact and round and round. And round, well, actually, he didn't really go round, did he? Chris Boyles did an amazing job of keeping the Skull Bandit onto that track. Let's check in with Mark Jackson and Travis Browder. Mark Jackson and Travis Browder one more time into pit row, along with Jack Watts and Wally Tierheimer. Pit row, an extremely busy place underneath cautions. Tire wear, very important. Travis Browder leading 14 laps out here tonight. Mark Jackson leading 12. Now you notice they do have an apron going in. They've got an apron going out. Going to get a little bit of a shout out here too. Travis Browder. And have my good friend Travis tell us all about it. How about it, Travis? Got a copy?
Hey, Scott. How you feeling? Hope you feel better.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. But I tell you what, I'm a little bit confused. Yeah, I'm just a little guy up here in the booth. What is with the deal with pit row? You guys got like an extra lane or something going in and going out. What's that all about?
It's the Essex Road here at Homestead, Miami. You got to drive it in there, just correctly, because iRacing will black flag you if you go to, like, let's just say you come out of turn 4 and you can just go in and you turn left. iRacing will black flag you for unsafe pit entrance. So you got to go in and out of pit road through the access road on this track. So
now, how long is that access road?
That's pretty interesting. I'd say about probably about 100 feet, 200 feet.
Now, is there a speed limit on that access road?
No, you can drive it in there as hard as you can before you get to that pit road line going into the pits.
And what about coming out?
If you get out of pit road, stay at your speed coming out of the pits. But once you come out of the pits, once you accelerate, you can get up to speed all you need to. You got to just get out of the access road just right so you won't lose control of the car.
All right, I tell you what, great information right there. We appreciate that, Travis. I need you to get down there on that track, get on your horn, get on your CB radio, whatever it is, your walkie-talkie, your GI Joe radio. I don't care. You need to tell these boys we need to see some green flag racing because I want to see you on that access road tonight, under green flag.
Green flag pit stops.
All right, Travis. Big shout out there to Max Velocity, real quick.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to you, Scott, for KMA TV. My teammates, Max and Velocity, is all here tonight. Wally, Nathan, Chris, and Carrie, and me, myself. So, and big shout out to everybody that's here tonight.
All righty. Good job, Travis. Maybe we'll see you in that finish line tonight.
All righty. Have fun, Scott. Gonna be a fun race.
We had just heard from our race sponsor, Greg McClendon, that he's going to be available for an interview here in about 5 minutes. Might be talking to Greg McClendon. Underneath our second caution of the night, lap 29 of 100, drivers are running, well, about 28.9s, 28.3s. Would be a really fast lap out here tonight. Dave Acacia has advanced his way up into 4th position with a 29.053 fast lap. Wally Tierheimer up there into 3rd. Still looking for those green flag pit stops out here tonight. Hopefully we're going to see them before too long. Going to be back at Kentucky on Monday in the Xfinity class. Kentucky Tuesday in the trucks, and Kentucky on Friday. And the Cup cars, pace car is gone in. Long pit row there, situation for the pace car. And Mark Jackson, well, like a bat out of hell, and he's gone, gone, gone. Big shout out there to Meatloaf. A little bit of 70s music there for you. Can't be a singer, that's why I'm in the booth up here. Wally Tierheimer, 3rd position, big run up there on Travis Browder. Mark Jackson in the number 3, long gone, gone, gone. Jack Watson, the 77, all over. Wally Tierheimer here on lap 31 of 100 tonight. Big shout out there to Greg McClendon and Blaze Pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Friday Night Flights. David Casey side by side with the number 77 of Jack Watts. Ronald Klein hot on his heels. Now, as I said, it's all about entry and exit. Every driver out here will have a different entry point, exit point, rolling in, rolling out. There'll even be a driver or two probably on those brakes. More experienced drivers knowing how to drive it with the accelerator, and right here watching David Casey back and forth onto Jack Watts. Number 14, Nathan Sylvia, trying to work his way around the number 99 of Brent Kill. Edward Bray, position 8. Number 31, Paul Pellizier, running for it, kicking asphalt along with David Casey. 99, Brent Kill, one more time up into that wall. Not going to slow him down too much. It's going to put him in front of Andrew Williams. Andrew Williams thought he was going to have a run on the number 99, backing her down just a hair. Andrew Williams with a big run onto the inside, working his way around Brent Kill as he hits the wall. A little bit of left side damage there for the number 99. Doesn't affect the performance of Andrew Williams. Paul Pellizier with kicking asphalt sitting in position 10. Big move there by the number 14, Nathan Sylvia. Nathan Sylvia side by side with Edward Bray. Edward Bray up high. Getting a little antsy, getting a little antsy. When they get antsy, they start getting dancy. Big damage up there on the number 31 of Paul Pellizier. Side by side with Edward Bray, Andrew Williams. Hanging on like a hair in a biscuit. Edward Bray doing a great job out here tonight. Black Talon racing. Loving the way these guys are racing out here tonight, folks. We are. Underneath, we've had 3 lead changes, 2 cautions. Mark Jackson up there leading 24 laps out here tonight. Travis Browder leading 14. Andrew Williams leading 1 under caution. Nathan Sylvia starting to make his way away from Paul and Edward right now, sitting at 5.3 off of our race leader. Ronald Klein 3.8 back. Lee Staples 3.1 in 5th. Wally Tierheimer, Jack Watts, and Travis Browder sitting at just a half a second back. So again, these front drivers, they are pretty well spaced out. We're going to start up here with Mark Jackson, work our way back. We've got Mark Jackson in the number 3. Travis Browder, 0.3 back, making a run on the over-the-top Paints and Design Chevy SS. Well, Travis may actually have Mark Jackson. Jack Watts in the number 77 in 3rd position. Wally Tierheimer in 4th. A little bit of tighter racing going on between David Casey and Lee Staples. Lee in red, David Casey in the DeWalt yellow and black, racing for 5th place on lap 42. How about it, Greg McClendon? Have you got a copy? All right, glad Greg McClendon not quite ready. Back to this great racing out here with David Casey and Lee Staples. Ronald Klein, RTK in position 7. Nathan Sylvia, position 8. And again, drivers are spread out. Other than these 4 drivers right here, Paul Pellizier, Edward Bray, Wesley and Andrew. Wesley with a big run on the inside of the number 66, Black Talon Edward. Andrew Williams trying to follow. Edward going to fight that one right back. Can hear him in and out, folks. In and out and on and off of that throttle. Not a full throttle track. 1.497 miles. We're going to call it a mile and a halfer. Two cautions. Great racing out here tonight. Andrew Williams with a big pass in that Toyota. Edward Bray, you know, when he passed, he went up there, left that door open, went down to do a block, leaving that other door. You know, there's 2 or 3 doors out here at Homestead, Miami. Side-by-side racing with Andrew and Edward. Andrew with a big run underneath the 66. Hey, there he is. How about it, Greg McClendon? You got a copy? Greg McClendon, have you got a copy, sir? All right, one more shot out there for Greg McClendon. Have you got a copy?
Hey, buddy, what's going down?
Hey, there you are. How are you, sir?
Scott, I am good, buddy. I'm a little tired. I've been away for a minute or two, which is, you know, which is not really like me, but work is calling, but it's going to pay off some big benefits for our group down the line. And I'm just happy to be back watching a great race here tonight.
Well, and I tell you what, I don't like being gone, but when you tell me you're gone to make Blaze Pizza a better organization, a better place to work, a better place to eat, well, we'll forgive you on that. Now tell us how Blaze works. You got some kind of like an assembly line thing going that's pretty cool.
Well, Scott, we are home of big friendly smiles, lively fun interactions. We always say yes, Zoom go really fast, and exceed expectations. We have over 40 toppings on our line currently. You just walk in line and you give your order, and you will actually watch your pizza being made right in front of you, adding the toppings that you pick, and we will fast fire it in our 500-degree oven for exactly 90 seconds, and guess what? You are out the door with a fresh, piping hot pizza.
Now, I tell you what, that is something, I go up there to Bloomington, Normal, Illinois to check out my Blaze Pizza. Got to drive 60 miles, but it's worth it. But one thing that really I was impressed with, now Bloomington Normal, it's a college town, and I went in there on a very busy day, and it was so uniformed. It was like about every 15 seconds you were advancing on in line. And the first time I was there, they asked me my name, and then started writing up on a number, and then asked me what kind of crust you want, what kind of meat you want. And they handed that off to the next employee, and you just told them, I want some of this, I want some of that. And one thing that blew my mind, you guys had like 5 types of peppers I could put on that pizza.
Oh my goodness, like I said, and that's just the beginning, Scott. Like I said, we have over 40 toppings. You put what you want on there, throw a little extra cheese on there to seal it all in if you want. That's perfectly great. And like I said, 3 minutes later, you are out the door with hopefully the best pizza that you've ever had.
Well, we were actually in-house eating it, but it definitely was. And we got a couple of these generic Johnny-come-by-night pizzas here in Springfield. And we were riding by one, and my wife says, I want to try that place. And I turned around, I looked at her, and I gave her the, hey, what you talking about, Willis look? Because I tell you what, they cannot compare to Blaze Pizza. Do you know how many locations there are across the United States by any chance?
Exact locations, I do not know right off the hand, but I can actually tell you this. There are a lot of them under construction right now across the United States. And you can be rest assured, if there's not one in your neighborhood yet, you got one coming. It's just the best thing ever. And stick around, stay tuned. And we actually can, if you want to know where the nearest location to you is, go to blazepizza.com and pick the map that we had in, put in your zip code, and see where the nearest one is near you. Once you find it, you guys go there when you get an opportunity. And I guarantee you this, it will change your mind about the way you have pizza.
All right, I tell you what it did me. Now, we are underneath caution, folks, real quick. Looking at the number 99 of Brent Kill, getting down into the number 19 of Kerry Cleaver. Now, but I tell you what, as far as the race goes, 54 laps here. We're underneath our third caution. Now, that's not too bad here at Homestead, is it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, given, we're doing open setups currently, and our group has already been working on sets to make sure that our guys can actually run, and we have practice laps and mandatory pit parties that we go to refine our craft before we go to broadcast. And like I said, mistakes are going to happen, but at the same time, everybody's being very professional, owning up to any mistakes being made, and it's making for a very enjoyable broadcast at this point.
All righty, I thank you for your time, sir, and I thank you for introducing me to Blaze Pizza. God bless you, sir.
Thanks, Scott. And guys, take care. I just want to give a quick shout out to KMA and all the sponsors that make this thing go. And the KMA Racing TV, Scott, I guarantee you, brother, you're going to get a lot better at this. And I really like what you're doing here. And we're only going to get stronger as a group.
All righty, copy that. And I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to take a quick commercial break and flash that Blaze Pizza commercial right up. And I'll talk to you at another time.
Big 10-4. Have a great night, YouTube land.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a very quick commercial underneath our third caution of the night. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, big shout out there to PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Now, coming up this Sunday in 2 days, we've got a very KMA special event. We're going to be doing our monthly race for PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. Usually do it on the first Sunday of the month, but due to the 4th of July, we have had to delay it 1 week. But nonetheless, no fear, no tear. We're going to be running the monthly race for PAD, People Against Distracted Driving, this coming Sunday in 2 days. Tally trucks, 100 laps. Be sure to be there. Put on some purple pride for Mike Clenny and Nikki Clenny, and we're going to share their story on Sunday. You can find more information out at People Against Distracted Driving. We're on lap 57 of 100 in the Friday Night Flights race. Out here tonight just for fun. No points are on the line. We're going to be returning to our points race come Monday. It's going to be Kentucky week. For those that missed the memo, we had taken our Daytona week. This week, 4th of July, we've moved it onto the end of our season, extending our 15-week season by 1 week. Put up a little poll this week. They were running Sonoma out here on Wednesday, Daytona out here, running Homestead out here tonight. Pretty good darn race. Pace car is in. Travis Browder side by side with Mark Jackson. Outside lane, a little bit faster with Mark and Wally. Jack Watts holding very steady on the inside. Nathan Sylvia side by side with Jack Watts has moved his way up through this field. Nathan Sylvia started 12th, right now in 5th position. Lee Staples started 4th, drops 2 down to 6th. But good side-by-side action there. Looks like Jack Watts has the advantage on that inside lane. Nathan Sylvia up into that inside lane, thinking he's going to do a duck and run. Lee Staples having to check up just a little bit. Came up onto the rear end of Nathan Sylvia, I think a little sharper than he wanted to. Lee Staples, a very good driver. Want to give RTK Motorsports, my good friend Ronald Klein, a big shout out. Beginning to broadcast on Wednesdays and Thursdays up here for KMA TV. Getting us a little bit more onto that grid. Lee Staples, awesome job out here tonight. Nathan Sylvia, good racing right there with Paul Pellizer. Black Flame kicking asphalt. Caution is out. Take a look at the number 4 of Andrew Williams getting loosey-goosey on lap 61 as the ass into that Toyota Camry. Just flies out. Single incident. Going to back it up one more time. Take a look up there from the high in the sky eye. The high eye in the sky. Watching the plain white wrapper coming around this Homestead corner. Loose. Right there on the barrier of pit row into the grass, taking care of the cows. Single car incident bringing out our 4th caution of the night. Brought to you by Andrew Williams, Travis Browder, Mark Jackson. One more time. Taking that long drive down there through pit row. Under caution. Ronald Klein, Edward Bray. Number 6 of Chris Hogue opting not to go into pit row. Could give us a chance for some driver interviews. How about it, Ronald Klein? Have you got a copy, sir?
Go ahead, Scott.
All right, how you doing out here tonight at Homestead?
Oh, pretty good. Just trying to keep clean and stay out of trouble.
All right, you're doing a really good job out here, advancing up there to 5th from your starting points of 7th, looking very sharp in the RTK. Now, what I'm seeing out here, though, tonight, we did just see Andrew Williams in the number 4 do a self-spin the ass into that Chevy. He might have been in a Toyota coming out from underneath him. Is the track starting to slick up here on lap 63?
No, a lot of guys have different setups that they're running, and some of them chose to run a little looser setup than the rest of us. My set was good before the race, but during the race it's just way too tight, so I've been working to try to free the car up. I pulled this pit strategy move here to try to advance my position for the next, either pit stop under green or under caution, then I'll pit. But no, I think it's a selection of setups is what's really causing issues tonight.
All righty, copy that. Good information. Hey, appreciate you showing the pad logo on the rear end of that Chevy SS. Looking good. But now on a more personal note, very quickly before you line up double file, now that you've gotten your feet wet up there in the broadcasting booth, you're back down there with your feet on the floor, pressing pedals as opposed to pressing buttons. Have you got a preference where you'd rather be, or is that track dependent?
It's definitely track dependent. I don't mind running the super speedways, but I would just assume broadcast versus race the super speedways unless it's a points event.
All right, well, I tell you what, we got 2 super speedways coming up over Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, Slamming Saturday. We've got the pad race on Sunday. Maybe I'll see you up in the booth on either one of those, sir.
Copy that.
All right, good luck to you, RTK.
Thank you very much, Scott.
RTK doing some side broadcasting there for KMA TV on Wednesdays and Thursday nights. All right, folks, taking a quick look at our running order out here on lap 64 of 100. Lee Stapers, Paul Pellizier making their way to the front. Edward Bray, Ronald Klein, Travis Browder dropping down to 5th position. Andrew Williams dropping to 11th after doing a self-spin on 63. Bridkill, 1 lap down. All right, folks, we're going to put you in-car camera on this next restart. We're going to have Mark Jackson give us a couple laps in his Chevy SS, brought to you by Over the Top Paints and Designs. Mark Jackson going to get her done. Getting ready to rock and roll here. 35 to go. 7 lead changes, 4 cautions, totaling out 14 laps. On the rear end of the number 76 RTK Motorsports, sub-team of KMA Racing. Up there in front, Black Talon, sub-team of KMA Racing. And away we go. Giggity, giggity, boogity, boogity. Here we go. Lap 65. Whoa, that was kind of a crazy move, and we've got her contacting right there, folks. Whoa, caution is out. Well, that was just insane, folks. What? Oh, right there, right there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, talk about that net code. Watch the number 31 of Paul Pellizier. Just watch him. Watch him. He just, whoa, right there, just jerked to the right. That had to be either net code, possible, I don't know, folks, disconnection of wheel. Nonetheless, it was enough to throw RTK Motorsports Ronald Klein off. Number 3 and 18 were already close enough. 31 jerks right. hits 76. 76 turns sideways. It's round and round and round. Well, it's like that 80s song, right? You spin me right round, baby, right round. And round went the number 76. Now, interesting situation right here for Lee Staples and Edward Bray. They just were in pit row. Not really seeing any reason for them to go down pit row, and indeed, they are not going into pit row. All right, well, I tell you what, that'll give us a chance to talk to Edward Bray. How about it? How about it, Edward Bray? You got a copy?
How's it going, Scott? How you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit better, but I tell you what, I'm not so sure that Ronald Klein is. Now I'm going to tell you what I seen, and I want you to confer with what the race talk was. The number 31, Paul Pellizier, he either had an unplugged wheel, mechanical failure, or some serious net code, because he just kind of like jumped up high, popped into the 76 just enough to throw his momentum and groove off, and then he went across the bow of the number 3. Is that what you're hearing out there on that track?
Actually, what I'm hearing on the track was that he got loose, but out of my peripheral vision, it looked like there was like a little bit of a jerk in the rear view mirror with a bunch of smoke.
Indeed, we saw that jerk. We backed it up on 3 different angles. Could have been a steering wheel loss. Could have been net code. That's the way I'm calling it. All right, well, nonetheless, now you're in an interesting position right now with Lee Staples and Edward Bray, Black Talon Racing right here, 1 and 2. But this isn't Talladega. This isn't, the whole pack racing thing. You push me, going to stay on you. This is more man against track. What are you thinking with 31 to go, though, up there with your teammate, Lee Staples?
Oh, I'm pretty sure Lee's going to be pulling away from me. He's pretty good at this track. My setup gets a little tight after about 10 laps, so I'm just trying to hold on to my car and hopefully get a top 10 finish.
All righty, copy that. As I mentioned to our fans, this is a off-points race. Now, we're going to be broadcasting here live for the next 6-7 days with RTK helping us out, but most importantly, we've got the pad race coming up this Sunday. Tell us a little bit about pad while we are getting ready to go back to green flag.
That's people against distracted driving. That's one of the big things that we promote, especially no texting while racing. We also promote no texting while driving, no eating while driving, no putting on your makeup while driving. Anything that will distract you from driving in public, we highly recommend, and hopefully everybody would not do that. We have some members that know this personally and has affected their lives, and it's a great cause and great sponsor for us.
Now, with you, Ed, I know that you get out there during the summertime and the springtime and the fall on your Harley Davidson. So I imagine, even if you're texting and driving, you shouldn't be, but in a car, you're a little bit safer than a biker. So I would think the bikers, this is something that is very, very serious to a biker.
Yeah, most definitely. Many times I've pulled up at a stoplight and actually looked over and seen somebody, texting, or they're fiddling around with the radio, or but yeah, it's a big deal for us on 2 wheels.
All righty, well, good luck to you, sir. And I hope to see you keeping the Black Talon 66 on 4 wheels in Winter Circle. Good luck to you, sir.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, underneath our 5th caution of the night here at Homestead. Not been a bad race at all in our Friday night flight series. We're going to be back live on Monday, opening up Kentucky week in the Xfinity class. Pace car is in. Lee Staples holding. Lee Staples going. Now, Edward was telling us Lee Staples pretty darn good at Homestead. Well, let's see what Lee Staples can get her done tonight. He's got some stiff competition, though, with Travis Browder and Edward Bray, but Edward Bray doing a great job. Big pack action back there with the number 18, Travis Browder, and the number 57. Travis Browder driving the number 18. Nathan Sylvia, the number 14. Paul Pellizer in the number 31. .31 falling back on that outside lane. Travis Browder battling it out with Edward Bray. That is a ton of car right there. I tell you what, folks, lap 72 of 127 to go. Lee Staples leading 10 laps. Travis Browder leading 31. Lee Staples pulling away from that field, but big action here with Nathan Sylvia and Wally Tierheimer and Edward Bray. Jack Watts in that black car, third one, 2-year view. Up there onto the wall, that is Jack Watts. Lee Staples out here in first position. Drivers beginning to check out just a little bit. And there is my number one fan out there, Becky Whitmer, out there on that KMA TV chat. All right, well, I tell you what, right off the bat, we've got to get Becky with a race update. All right, Becky, underneath our fifth caution, 18 laps, 7 lead changes, lap 75 of 100. Been a good night out here. Unfortunately, we have not seen any green flag pit stops. But I tell you what, it's not for lack of trying. Taking a look at our top 5. Lee Staples, Travis Browder, Nathan Sylvia, Wally Tierheimer, Jack Watts. Travis Browder has gotten caught up too. Lee Staples. Now, Ed had mentioned Lee Staples. This is a very good track for him. But Travis Browder, not too shabby right now on lap 76, and he's led 31 laps. But you know, Lee Staples has led 14. Side by side for position 1. Check it out. Check it out. Side by side action here with the big boys. Travis Browder making his way around Lee Staples. But I tell you what, Travis had to work for it, without a doubt. Riding up on the rear end of Nathan Sylvia. Now, Nathan Sylvia started a little bit further back in the field tonight, position 12. Right now up to position 4. Nathan Sylvia, Wally Tierheimer both running for Max V. Mark Jackson, position 5. Big shot out there too, over the top paints and designs. Waiting for the number 14 to open up his door. Mark Jackson talking about Captain America. As he says on Facebook, America. And what a America it is. Hope you all had a very safe and productive 4th of July. Travis Browder, Lee Staples, Wally Tierheimer, Nathan Sylvia, Mark Jackson. Position 5, jumping back to Jack Watts, Southeast Motorsports, showing his support for Pad as well. Remember, we've got our monthly Race for Pad coming up in 2 days on Sunday. Caution is out. Whoa! Number 4 of Andrew Williams. I do believe that was Andrew Williams. We're going to take a look at it one more time. All right, well, I do believe that's 2 on Mr. Andrew. 2 on Andrew. All right, Andrew, we'll need to be pulling it over for the night. I tell you what, since Becky's here, I'm going to give Becky the ride of her life. She enjoys these in-car views right here. Here we go, Becky. Round and round and round he goes. Unfortunate break there for the number 71 Wesley Whitfield. Caught up in it, though. One more time down. Pit row area. Now, unfortunately, on this fuel run, well, I do believe that that there is going to ensure no green flag pit stops out here tonight unless a couple of drivers opt not to pit. Gonna get a chat in with my good friend Joel Guy. How about it, Joel Guy? Have you got a copy, sir?
Yes, I do, Scott. How you doing tonight?
Doing very good. Unfortunate break there for Andrew Williams. I am pretty sure that was his second cause of a caution tonight, so he'll be having to park it. But you, sir, are 11 laps down, still rolling. Are you on your original vehicle?
No, I'm not, Scott. I'm on my backup. Had a battery malfunction on the start and got 3 or 4 laps down to start with by having to go back to pit road before the start.
All righty. Well, I'm seeing you in a Skull Bandit. Doing a good job out here, looking very sharp in that Chevy SS. You are right now riding behind the pace car, but you're 11 laps down. Can you clear up any possible confusion about that with our race fans?
Yeah, I'm right behind the pace car because everybody else pitted and I didn't pit. So when they go 1 to green, I'll get to pass the pace car and get 1 lap back. Like it's going to do a lot of good when you're 10, 11 laps down. But I just got tires and fuel, so I got enough fuel and tires to last to the end of the race, so there's no need going into pit road.
Very interesting and very informative right there. All right, before I cut you loose, anybody you want to give a big shout out to? Anybody out there watching you on that KMA TV chat?
Well, I don't think I got any friends watching tonight that I know of.
Well, you got me watching.
Shout out to Pad, People Against Distracted Driving. We're going to have our pad race Sunday night in the trucks at Talladega, and also a shout out to KMA TV for broadcasting, and you for getting back with the soreness and injury that you got into and being able to broadcast tonight.
All right, well, nothing to it. I just got to kind of sit here. But I am feeling a little bit better. Got a long way to go. Got some bruised ribs. But I tell you what, we won't get into the doing things while you're distracted and stuff like that, because that's what it was. Nonetheless, I'm glad to be back. Good luck to you tonight, Joel Guy.
Thank you, Scott. You have a good night.
Joel Guy taking his free pass. Going to catch up on our running order here, folks. Travis Browder, Lee Staples, Wally Tierheimer, Nathan Sylvia, Mark Jackson. I do not believe Mark Jackson or Jack Watts have dropped below their current positions. Travis Browder, I think, has dropped to maybe 5th, but he's back there in P1. David Casey up to P7th. Very impressed with Chris Hogue and Paul sitting in position 9 and 10. Ronald Klein with RTK Motorsports. Brent Kill back in 12th position. Wesley Whitfield 2 laps down. Andrew Williams out for the night. And Kerry Cleaver 5 laps down. Drivers are lined up, getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Homestead Miami Speedway. In Miami even. What do you think about that? How about that? Lap 84 of 100, 16 to go, 15 to go, 8 lead changes. Wally Given, Lee Staples, a big hello, how you doing? Here comes the number 14 down on that inside. Lee Staples looking a little bit loose right there, possible tire wear. Caution is out. All righty, folks. Looking at the number 19, possibly missing a gear. I'm not sure what happened to the number 19. Whoa! Synchronized stuff going on right there with the number 19 and the number 71. Now, the number 19, Carrie Cleaver. Carrie goes left. 71 goes left. I don't know. Talk about Twinkies. Talk about twins. Number 19 and 71 both simultaneously having some issues. Well, that was kind of a interesting situation right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time for one more quick commercial. Gonna go grab me a cup of coffee, and we're gonna shout out to a couple of more of our sponsors. We'll be right back with you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this live broadcast, proudly brought to you by KMA TV. Kind of a special event out here tonight, not running for any points, just out here running for fun. We're going to be back with you on Monday at Kentucky. I want to give a big shout out there to the maker of those great commercials, GW Graphics. Gary Whitmer not able to join us tonight, but almost guaranteed we're going to see him tomorrow night and should see him on Sunday for our monthly pad awareness race, people, against distracted driving. Big shout out there to Becky Whitmer. Good to see Becky and Gary Sr. Still waiting for Gary Sr. to get out there with us on a Thursday night. Want to get Gary out here and get Gary's feet wet. Seventh caution tonight might be scaring Gary away. Just, it's been a great race out here. It really has. A couple of fender benders. We've seen some spinners. We've seen some dinners. And we're going to see a winner here in about 12 laps to go. Going to get one more of my favorite drivers to talk to. Wally.
Hey, Scott. How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you, Wally?
I feel like I'm kind of in the same situation you are. You know, you're in pain and you got this stuff going on. I got a toothache and I have a tooth pulled next week. So I'm sitting here just trying to nurse it down a little, numb it a little bit with a little cocktail and, trying to get through this race.
All right, well, I tell you what, we've had some back-to-back cautions there. The last one was really cool. We saw two drivers. We saw Kerry and Wesley spin out at the same time. Had nothing to do with one another. Now, how about that?
Synchronized spinning, yep.
It's
a new Olympic sport, synchronized spinning. But yeah, it's if you get a little bit low down there, it gets a little loose. I don't know where they were on the track, but if you get a little low, it gets a little bit loose. So you got to be gentle with the throttle on the corners here.
All right, well, you know what? It's go time, brother. And you're sitting up there in position 2. You started out here in position 5. You've been running clean all night. I think you got your original vehicle.
Yep.
What do you do now?
I just try to keep it cool and go for a top 2. Me and Travis. Nathan, I think, was behind me, and we're hoping for a 1, 2, 3 here for Mac V. So here you go.
All right, well, bring her home, Burger Boy.
Thanks, Scott.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, big shout out there to Carrie Cleaver. Big shout out there to Mom Whitmer. Big shout out there to the fans out there on KMA TV chat. Had a lot of fun up here tonight. Lap 89 of 100. Lap 90 of 100. One more time by. Drivers are running out at 28.8 laps, 29 second laps. So assuming we go caution free, it'll all be over in about 5 minutes. Hoping Wally gets better. Talking about a little bit of teeth. Well, that might have been an analogy for tires. Well, either way it goes, hope Wally does well tonight. And as he mentioned, he's got max velocity up here running very well, but we've also got Edward Bray, Chris Hogue, and Lee Staples. Pace car is in, and away we go. Looks like we're off to a better start this time, as Nathan Sylvia was all over the rear end of Travis Browder, but now he's side by side with, I do believe that is Lee Staples. Is indeed Lee Staples. Lee Staples falling back a little bit. Mark Jackson still trying to make a good run. Lap 92 of 100. Lee Staples get a little loosey. Hang on to her, Lee. Hang on to her, brother. Good save. 3 wide with Edward Bray, Mark Jackson a little bit ahead. Paul Pellizer up there. Edward Bray side by side with Mark Jackson on lap 93. 7 to go of 100. Dave Acacia looking good in position 5 up through the pack. Jack Watts position 4. Nathan Sylvia, Wally, and Travis. Travis, Wally, Nathan at this current point in time. Jack Watts sitting at 1.5 seconds back off of our race leader, Travis Browder, on lap 94. Travis Browder been working hard all night. Jack Watts been working hard all night. All these drivers been working hard all night. Been a great race out here tonight. Join us tomorrow night for another live broadcast of KMA TV running the Talladega Trucks. Speeds upward of 200 miles per hour tomorrow night. Talladega always a hootenanny to call. 5 to go. Travis, Wally, Nathan. Jack, Dave. Mark Jackson, P6. Edward Bray, P7. Lee Staples. Brent and Chris side by side. Number 99 of Brent Kill. Drive for Diabetes Awareness. Chris Hogue doing good. Paul Pellizer, big shot out there to Paul tonight. Wesley Whitfield, first driver lap down. Wesley Whitfield, 2 laps down. Ronald Klein, 3 down. Kerry Cleaver, 5 down. Going to come down to Travis and Wally. And Nathan Sylvia. By Jove, I think they've made it, folks. Lap 98 of 100, 2 to go. About 58 seconds for Wally to get up there on Travis. It's a second back. He's gaining. Well, now he's backing it out a little bit more. Don't think Travis is going to have much to worry about. Travis Browder has led 52 laps. Wally Tierheimer has led none. Mark Jackson leading 30. Lee Staples led 14, and Paul Pellizer leading 1. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Browder. Wally Tierheimer, a little bit more than a stone's throw back there. Looks like a little bit of competition here with Jack Watts and Nathan Sylvia. Jack Watts still wanting that third place position. Side by side with Nathan. Nathan wanting a little bit more, maybe. Maybe yes, maybe no. Travis 1, Wally 2, Nathan or Jack. I do believe Nathan Sylvia's got it. More importantly, though, Travis Browder up there in front doing an awesome job. Big shout out there, too, Travis Browder. Bringing her home tonight. Travis Browder doing a great job winning the fun night out here at Homestead. All right, folks, hang on, and we're going to talk to a few drivers. How about it, Nathan Sylvia? You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well, I tell you what, you had me a little bit scared there with Jack Watts running up on your side. Thought you weren't going to seal the deal for third place. Talk to me.
Oh man, dude. I mean, I did a little bit of adjustments to the setups that we had, and whatever I did to it, I just, I mean, it was just bad. Whatever I did to it, and I didn't have enough time to change it back in practice. And I was trying to get the car back to where it was, but it was just, I mean, not. After I run about like 10 laps, I mean, my car was completely junked. I mean, the tires were all gone, and when Jack got side by side with me, I thought, well, I'm not gonna get top 3 anymore.
All right, well, I tell you what, you did a great job. You're looking sharp out there in the number 14 Bass Pro Shops. Seeing some additions there with the stars. Was that all for the 4th of July?
Yes, sir.
All right, anybody you want to give a shout out there to?
You guys for broadcasting and Maximum Velocity.
Yeah, Max Velocity with 1, 2, 3. How about it, Wally?
Hey, Scott.
Well, hey, I just talked to you.
Yeah, and we got the Max V 1, 2, 3 with the Bandit Motorsports coming in 2 and 3 because Nathan and I are, as you know, are on the Bandit Motorsports racing team with Chris and Matt Burkhart, Chris Voiles, Matt Burkhart, and Andrew Schulte. So that was a pretty good showing for us, Max V Bandit Motorsports.
Very impressive. All right, now, unfortunately, I'm not sure if Mom Tierheimer is out there, but I know the kind of fella you are. You're going to be like, Mom, watch the last 5 minutes.
No. She was here. She had to do something, and she dropped by my house. And I said, come on in here, check this out. We're going to have a restart. And this was early in the race. She watched a whole run. It was a pretty good little run that we had. And I was up in the top 4 or 5 or something like that, 3 or 4. And then she goes, well, I'm going home, and I'm going to watch the whole race because she doesn't miss the race. Whether she's live or not, she watches it. So
well, now you got to talk to her.
You, Mom.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. I told her make sure you watch because I'm having a pretty decent night here. And she goes, okay, well, I'm not going to look anymore. So she went home and she's going to check it out.
All right, now before I move on to Travis, though, I got a really serious question. I hear tell Becky has challenged Mom Tierheimer, so Gary's going to get Becky in the car. We're going to get Mom Tierheimer in the car. What do you think about that?
Hey, no problem, man. I'll put blocks under the pedals.
Nice. All right, Wally, great job tonight, brother.
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. Hope you feel better, buddy.
Thank you, sir. All right, but Travis.
Yes, Scott. Hey.
Well, what are you thinking, dog?
Wow, what a race! Congrats to my teammates Wally and Nathan for the podium. Great race. Glad it ended under green. A lot of fun tonight, and I had a good battle there with Mark earlier, and then had a good battle with Lee for a couple laps. So some good, clean, hard racing. You know, track position's key here at Homestead. I'm very proud with this Monster Energy Camry this evening and the Monster Energy Cup car. I mean, what a car! The car kicked in about 10 to 15 laps into the run, and then, I mean, the car just came alive on the longer run. So we had a good run tonight.
All right, Travis, only got one problem with it, sir. You said the car was alive. It's not alive. It's sitting still. Get out there and burn up that asphalt for me, brother.
All righty, absolutely, Scott.
Watch you do some donuts. Now, how are you feeling, though, heading into Kentucky back to points next week?
Kentucky should be a fun race. The tires are going to be a factor for sure. It's a concrete racetrack, so looking forward to Kentucky, and hopefully we see a lot of drivers there, and hopefully we get some good points here next week.
All right, Travis, walk us on out of here.
You, Scott, for KMA TV. Big shout out to GW Graphics for Gary Whitmer, and big shout out to Becky Whitmer. big shout out to all the fans out there. And I'm gonna give a big shout out to my aunt Deborah Warren. Her birthday is this weekend, so we're going to a birthday party tomorrow. So gonna be a fun night for sure. So I got a birthday to give forward to for this win.
Well, a happy birthday there for Deborah Warren from
Yes.
Max Velocity and KMA Racing. All right, Travis, good job tonight, brother.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up tomorrow night. Talladega Trucks. Big shout out to all the drivers that came out here tonight. Again, I hope you had a very good holiday week, and we're going to be coming at you on Monday back to Xfinity, but Saturday and Sunday, we're actually going to be racing the super speedways. We're going to walk us out of here with these race results. Big shout out to the fans there at KMA TV. We'll catch you tomorrow night.